I'm here with Tom McDonnell.
How are you doing? How are things?
Tom is here in support on Floods Cross.
Yeah.
Because, well, you basically can see a lot of people here are very concerned, and they've been here for the last year. Kildare says no groups have been here.
Yeah.
Hold the Line groups have been here.
Yeah.
Yourself, you've been here a few times.
Yeah.
And there is word of, what did you reckon, Tom? 350 maybe?
We're rumored there's 350 Ukrainian. That's the figure we've been given from the council. 350 Ukrainian in here, you know, fleeing war.
And did they say that their families coming in, or what is their word they're going with?
They told us there'd be families and that there'd be Ukrainian families that are fleeing war. And the guy in the council told me now it was a senior guy.
Yeah.
You know, he gave us an induction and all that. So he assured me, because I asked him that question, you know, straight up, what's the plan for Floods Cross? And he says, Tom, there'll be two of the centres in the country. There's one down south a bit somewhere, and there's this one here.
Yeah.
And
two of these centres, that's what he
reckons.
Two
Two of these centres, and they'll be Ukrainian only. That's what he told me, yeah.
Okay. So they're saying this is earmarked for Ukrainian families.
Only, yeah.
Only 350 of them.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people
there's
here.
350 at the minute, and then it'll fill up, you know.
It'll fill up, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who are very sceptical about that.
That
it might not be Ukrainian men.
But this is always the fear, you know.
Yeah.
It's always the fear. It's been the fear from the start. No one has a big problem with the Ukrainians, you know, but we have a big problem with the Trojan horse, you know, where you say you bring Ukrainians, and then we find that they're men from different cultures here, you know.
At the dead of night in a bus. And they're in before you know it.
Yeah. So, and they're all men, and they're military age men, and that. Yeah. That's the big fear.
There's a lot of women who are here, I'm saying women, men and women, who are very concerned about the likes of that. They reckon that crime has already gone up from other places around the city, and you're seeing this as a woman from Dawkins saying the same. I was in Kilkenny last week, and they're saying the same. The people are genuinely very concerned.
They're very concerned. See, this is a big problem, you know, and media are portraying that the people are against people coming here from different. No one has a problem. People coming from different cultures. We all travel. The Irish travel down around the world. The Ukrainian people are here, and they're fleeing war. So, in general, with the protests around the country, because I've been out a lot, people don't have a problem with the Ukrainians. But the Ukrainians have been used as a Trojan horse.
Yes, of
course. They say what's it for Ukrainians, and then all of a sudden it changes. But that's what we've been assured in the council. But I take the man's word, you know.
Yeah.
I take it. He seems to be an honourable guy, you know.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't cross him till we see different, you know.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't question him. I think he's straight up, you know.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah. And I have seen, well, I guess, you know, Orla here is from Carlow. South in Kildare as well. A lot of people are worried in Athy, and this racist thing gets thrown at you an awful lot if you stand up to, you know, if you stand up to two concerns in the community.
If you talk about climate change, if you talk about anything, any subject, military age men coming to a town, if you talk about the girls or concerns, like we have instance there in the park in Newbridge, only 3 weeks ago.
That's right.
Where two lads of African
descent,
were in the trees drinking cans, and three little laddies on bikes were cycling around, and the next thing they were drawing up to them, and the young laddies were innocent, they didn't know, and they were basically wanking in the trees, you know.
Yeah. See, the thing is that people are seeing this, you know.
This is not in our culture. It's so, but this seems to be in their culture. You know, this is the big problem. There's a big cultural difference, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Things they do in their culture and the way they stayed around. Them two African men stayed around that night and didn't run from the guards. They waited till the guards came there, and they didn't even know they'd done something wrong.
Yeah.
You know, like if that was an Irish person, an English person, or a European person, they'd be gone. Like,
this is a narrative we've seen. We've seen videos. We've heard people come out and say, I've seen this, I'm very concerned about this, and RT won't give it a second of their time, and you're labelled as a far-right racist or conspiracy theorist by talking out against the crime. That we're at a 10-year high crime rate at the moment in Ireland. Ireland doesn't equate crime to ethnicity, but every other European country does. And given that we have taken in more than any other European country, it's only logical to see that our crime is a direct result from what we're seeing and from what we're being shown to this. And I think it's it's a lovely way to sidestep the issue. Well, why don't we equate crime with ethnicity? Maybe we'd get some answers fairly quickly if we did.
Yeah.
Maybe we should start shouting down the Dail for that.
Well, this is the problem. Like, the guards won't give you any information. And we notice in the council now, they're setting up new bodies now where you can't directly. I tried to bring a motion to council with the guys like they tell you what motions. I'm new to this.
Yeah.
I only came in June. It was about June 20th before I got in. So I had to alert myself then there's motions. You bring the motions up, then you get 4 minutes to speak about the motion. And so I wanted to bring up crime and oh no, you can't bring up that because the Garda is dealing with that and they'll meet people delegates from the council and that are councillors, and they'll be picked from. Yeah. There'll be 7 picked from the council, but that's all done through Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael.
So it's an illusion of democracy.
It's an illusion of democracy because if I want to get on that board and speak to the super about what's going on and ask them the straight up, the hard questions, I can't, because the council in Kildare is controlled by 23 or 24, which are made up of Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael, right? There's 40 in the council. I think 7 Social Democrats, 3 Independents or whatever, but so many Labour. But the bulk is controlled by Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael. So they pick all the bodies on all the main meeting parts, all the discussions. They dictate it. So now when they're a policing board, they'll be dictating who goes on that.
So we need these people out to stop this from happening.
Of course.
You know, the general is looming.
It's what they're keep coming up with systems to protect themselves. Because I need to go straight to the guards. I want to speak to the super for a long time. And I held meetings and it's always the same. We'll speak to the council. And when you're elected, Tom, we'll speak to you then. And then I go into the council and I say, I want to speak to the super. Oh, well, Tom, that's going to be dealt with. There's a body there in place and it's going to be set up, and so it's pushing you aside.
Yeah.
It's as you say, it's a form of democracy, but it's not democracy.
Yeah, it's an illusion.
It's an illusion of democracy because we have no power.
No.
We've no power. We can voice there about like I'm bringing up a swimming pool. Like I'm in Newbridge 30 years. No swimming pool in the town. Mm-hmm. It's 5 there's 5 in Naas,
Yeah.
And you try to get that done. Will they go with you then? Will they go with you? But I think I might have to go outside for funding.
Really? Okay, yeah.
So, but I will get it.
Well, look,
I will get it built.
I think congratulate you on getting into the office there in June.
Thank you.
It was great, and fair play to you for standing up to the stick. I see you have the tricolour in your hand today, and you got a lot of jip over that. And I think it's amazing that has become a symbol by the government or the mainstream as, I don't know, a hatred of. They're trying to tear down our own flag.
Yeah, well, what they're trying to do is
they're
trying to get rid of nationalism.
Yes.
This is what it is. See, under Sinn Féin, you have what we all thought, great nationalists, and people are in the illusion out there that Sinn Féin are nationalists. They're anything but nationalists. They're communists, and they're multicultural. They're not for us. They're globalists. They're not for us at all. We're pure nationalists. We'll die with that flag.
Yes.
I don't care what happens. Down the road, we can see this going very sour. This will go sour. Yeah. But I be laying my life on them. I will be going the whole way.
Yeah.
I know this country is unreal, and we're not going to let it go.
No, I think they made a mistake by using us as a pilot country. They didn't realise that the passion for the Irish, the history we have, how many people stand up and the spirit of the Irish is still alive today. We're not that many years removed from the centenary in 2016. And I think that's why we have a good fighting chance to push these aside and say, not in Ireland. Now, it's happening at a fast rate, but there's plenty of people here in support and across the countries. And I appreciate you speaking, Tom.
Yeah, but the big thing, thank you very much. The big thing we need is, I figured there's about 15 in the Dáil of independents that won't go with the main parties. That's minimum figure. So we need 65 or so, or 70 of independents, people like myself that will deal with Irish issues, protect our borders, have none of this multiculturalism. You know what I mean? We'll have people coming here. If we need doctors, we need nurses, we need dentists, no problem. And my doctor is Dr. Healy. He's actually an independent Councillor Fiona McLaughlin Healy. Yeah, and she stepped away. She stepped away from politics because she could get nowhere.
Yeah.
And she was brilliant. She topped the poll. She got, in the last election in the council, she topped the poll. She got 2,300.
Wow, that's amazing.
And she had to, and then, anyways, I got Dr. Healy's away, and there was a doctor there from Kerala in India. Beautiful man. You know, no problem. My wife works with Indian girls in the nursing home. She's a nurse, and there's no issues with them, you know.
Of course, yeah.
And see, the big thing is, you know, you don't talk about religion, but they're Christians, and we've no problem with Christians too. See, that's
this Sharia law is worrying, and
this is a big worry. This is my massive worry. Down the road, we go into this. You see what's happening in Britain? Yeah. It's shocking. Yeah. It's shocking. Yeah. And they're running the towns. Yeah. We see gang rapes. Yeah. We see this.
So they have no respect for women or children.
No.
In their culture.
And the woke culture, like the lefties, they're the first that's going to be harmed.
Yeah.
So when these come in here and they take over everything, when they get Sharia law, who's going to suffer? The lefties, the gays that we protect.
Yeah.
We protect gays. We speak up for them. We don't have anyone speaking against them.
There's a number of people out there, and there's groups of people who are just, they swallow anything they're taking. Any bit of propaganda, they'll run with it. And you see that with Trinity College students and other people around the country who are just being, you know, you see the opposition marches. I don't even know if they believe in what they're standing there for. They have all different flags. And
no, see what I was watching a video there, how it's done in Trinity College, and they sort of said they're far right. They sort of, people that are not switched on. If you're only watching mainstream media, we go back to media all the time. Yeah. They're watching that narrative all the time that these people are harmful. We're pure nationalists, and we're not anywhere harmful at all. But so they build this
emergency law.
They build this up, and they sort of indoctrinate them in the universities to this narrative of there's a harmful far right fraction there. It doesn't exist in Ireland, because I would not stand with a far right person. If someone was far right or racist, I'd give them a clip in the lug and tell them go away, because I'm not racist. I played football in England for black lads from Nigeria, lads from India, and great crack.
But it's a different thing altogether. You know, they're using that kind of phrase, far right and racist. It's a tired terminology that they can obviously see isn't working anymore. When more people are waking up to it, I think you're right in terms of people. And like I'm going to run for the Irish Freedom Party in the general election for my constituency, and these are people running who are genuine concerned citizens who weren't involved with politics beforehand, who just want to help their community and get rid of people who are bringing in these reckless bills and pacts that are no longer in favour, and they're no longer respecting or speaking for the Irish people, representing them.
They're not. And like you go to Fine Gael, and my townie there, I'm Mayo man originally, and you had Inda Kinney. He kicked this off. Yeah. He told us out in 2012, himself and Noonan. Yeah. This was done. They emptied our coffers through the recession, the last recession, right? So then they went in and they came here and they told us that they'd fill the banks with money. Yeah. So they got Kinney. So he signed up to that deal. Yeah. What did Kinney do? Disappeared. Gave it to Varadkar. Yeah. What does Varadkar do now? Pass the baton to this Harris guy. Yeah. And this Harris guy is he never studied in university. He has no qualification now, and I'm saying I'm a builder myself. But this guy is running the country. He has no qualifications. Yeah. He worked in one of the Fitzgerald's offices, picking up the papers and making the tea. And now he's running the country. Yeah. It's a joke.
By force, by the looks of things.
Yeah. So they just want someone to keep it on, like Boris Johnson in England. He kept the crack going. Like, there's no need for that war in Ukraine whatsoever. That should be stopped immediately. And now this is what they're afraid, because I heard Zelensky saying today or yesterday that they'll be stopping the war. They want to, because they know Trump is going to get in.
Yeah, exactly.
Trump's not going to entertain any of this rubbish.
Because America and Biden had their hand in all of that. But apart from that, look, I appreciate you being here.
Thanks, Han.
And well done for speaking. Fair play. Congratulations again.
Yeah, cheers.